Next question is, did you feel like you were often bullied? Or ever bullied, sorry.
No. I did get it. So I like there was always like those couple like people that would like you could tell that's what they wanted to do, but I never fed into it, so like it never went anywhere besides the couple like interactions, you know what I mean? So say like I would always wear like clothes like I do now, like I never changed my style. So like in middle school, I remember one time some girl like who sat next to me in math class, she was like, why do you wear that? Or like she would like try and like tell me that my outfit is weird, that because I'm not fitting their cookie cutter lifestyle. And I don't like it when people do that, because it's like, well, why are you, because I literally just went, well, why are you wearing that? And she was like, in her head she was like, I'm the normal one. And I'm like, well, to me this is normal and I'm comfortable. I just told her I was comfortable and I like this style and this is what I'm comfortable in. Like I've had that question so much growing up. Like a lot, all the time.
Why are you dressed like that?
It's literally, why are you dressed like that? Why do you dress like that? Why do you dress like a man? Why do you shop in the boys' section?
In 6th grade, I thought that was like your best style, low key. Like you always matched. You had like the sandwich.
Not outfits. 6th grade. That was the middle school era, 7th grade.
Oh yeah. Then what would you do in 6th grade?
Like I said, I just wore like.
Oh, basketball shorts and like.
It wasn't basketball shorts. It was the cargo shorts. The tan cargo shorts.
Those are nice shorts. I wear those today.
I still wear cargo shorts. I still wear t-shirts because I've never grown out of graphic t-shirts, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
I liked 80% of your fits. I honestly liked.
I used to wear zip-up hoodies exclusively and not pullover hoodies, but now I've switched that since I've gotten older. Okay, you answer it.
Yes.
We all know the
obviously,
answer.
I was bullied. Severely bullied by my friends. Severely bullied by my family. Severely bullied
by your classmates.
By literally everybody.
Your teacher.
Yes.
What's that one girl's name? The blonde chick?
An issue with me taking a shower every Sunday and not every other day. So she had a whole parent-teacher conference.
Listen, when we grew up, shower nights were Sundays. We didn't know any different. Don't hate.
My mom and Mrs. Bosley had to have a sit-down conversation about my hygiene. She goes, we don't want anybody bullying her. And I was like, too late.
Like, what about my nose? I can't fix that. You gonna make me go get a nose job?
Yeah, I don't know, but she sat us down and basically mom just said, who cares? She's a kid. You think these kids notice this one kid? And she's like, well, you never know. She's like, does she stink to you? And she's like, no, we don't smell our students. And she's like, then what's the problem? She's like, we just don't want to have to make it an issue. It's basically like threatening like CPS.
Yeah.
Because we were unhygienic.
Because, yeah, we only showered on Sundays. Or bathed. But that's just how we grew up. That's another of the things, like, we grew up that way, so, like, we didn't know any different. Like, whoa, I didn't know people showered every day. Well, that's news to me, lady.
Yeah. Yes, I was bullied, 100%.
In your own words, what does love mean?
I think love is when you can be there for someone when they're at their happiest and at their lowest. So if somebody is completely, like, shut down in a depression state and they don't talk to you for say like 3 days, you're not just gonna go blow up on them and say like, why haven't you talked to me in this time? Or like you're just gonna be there for them instead of just shutting them out. I think that's a pretty like, you know, you can be there for somebody when they're at their lowest and at their highest. It doesn't just have to be when they're in a good mood, it can be when they're in a bad mood too. And it's not about giving, it's not about being there like every single day. It's about helping them out and being there when they're happy.
That was very in-depth.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
Have I been in love? I don't know. Don't think so.
Well, you don't gotta be in love to know what love is.
I mean, yeah.
If you loved someone, you would want them to love. You would want to love them how they love you, or you know.
Like to me, you know how people say like their family, you have to love them. I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in that.
I feel like you should have. I mean, maybe to an extent. To me, blood doesn't mean love.
Blood doesn't mean your family.
That is the dumbest reason for love. It doesn't mean your immediate or actual biological family to me. Like, I think it like if somebody cares about you or you care about somebody, your actions will speak louder than anything else.
Yes.
So like if you prove yourself, like if you are there for that person or somebody's there for you and you exchange that interaction, that's love. Like I don't need to hear it. I don't need to, you know, like to me, like I said, I don't say I love you to anybody. I need you to show me. Like, show me in your love language, exchange it in your own, ways, and then that's what it means.
I agree. And like I think that you should be able to cut someone from your family if they don't treat you like
like a human,
like a person. Like say I have $1 billion. They only come to me because I have $1 billion, as opposed to coming to me when I was as dirt broke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it when you just use someone as opposed to just being able to be with them.
Yeah, I don't like it when people only call you when they need something. Like, to a point, it's good to be somebody's rescue plan. Like, like they trust you enough to call them when they're in need, or you're always there for that person. Like, that's good to a point. But like, if they never talk to you ever, aside from saying I need help, or help me with this, or I need this right now, or like life's gonna hit the fan, like I don't like that. Like, I don't mind helping a person, but like at some point you're getting taken advantage of, and I don't like it. And I've been that person for people.
So have I.
And it's like at what point is it like defining that fine line between like, are you getting used?
Yes, so it's I understand that.
I feel like there's you just need to show it.
I've cut off a lot of people due to just being used, and I would rather be completely alone than be used.
Yeah.
I don't need to be someone's last resort. I don't like that feeling. Mm-hmm. I would rather just chill at home with my dogs or hang out with my sister, who
is dry but cool.
Is dry but fun. I would rather come and make a YouTube video that's 5 hours long than
yeah, this might have to be 2 parts.
Then
we should have only done 5 each.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that.
So then it was 10 total questions. We're almost done.
Oh, hey! What do you think your love language is?
Oh, wow. Look how that worked out. What do I think my love language is? I never heard of this question until, like, me and Dusty watched a movie, and he was like, we had this conversation one time, and I couldn't answer it then, and I don't know if I can answer it now. I feel like mine is, I don't know, because isn't there categories, or is it just literally anything? One's like giving gifts, right? Is it giving?
Yeah.
One's like touchy-feely.
Touch.
What is the other 2? Isn't there like 4 or something?
It depends. With Isaac, I'm touchy-feely. Not like touchy-feely. Like, I like to hold his hand.
Yeah, I mean, just saying that.
Isaac gives good hugs. So there are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, receiving gifts, and acts of service.
Oh, mine's definitely quality time. I like doing things.
I love quality time and also giving gifts. So I guess that's acts of service.
I like giving people gifts too.
I like to be like your provider. I love helping.
But I think overall, I would say quality time.
I also enjoy quality time.
What have you learned about yourself in the last year?
Well, I'm getting emotional. Okay. Probably.
Do you need me to get the tissues? Should we have brought tissues to this party?
That it doesn't matter what I look like or how I should be appearing to other people. It only matters when I'm comfortable. Like, I don't need to be going on extreme diets or trying to change some for some I don't know, like some physical feature for other people's approval. I should just be doing it for myself. What about you?
I would say putting yourself out of your comfort zone is good.
Oh, couldn't do that one, honey.
Yeah, I feel like this year I've done a lot of things where I'm like I didn't like to do, or I, put myself out there in ways, like, especially in like my job situation. So I went on a couple interviews, I put myself out there, and I hate interviews with a passion. Even though we're doing all these kind of questions, these are not like, I have a hatred for interviews. And I know that's a common thing, but like the amount of stress I've gone through with these, like, just each step of these processes, and it's still ongoing. Like, I don't know, I feel like so much stress in my life from that. And I feel like, but putting myself out there, ended up being good. You get something good out of it usually, in the sense of a job. Or even if it's putting yourself out there, like, like you don't like going into big stores. Maybe you put yourself out there sometimes and just, face it. And it does build who you are. It exposes you to things that you wouldn't usually expose yourself to. And it makes you grow as a person. And I think I've grown a lot in that sense as a person. Just like pushing myself to do things I don't usually do.
And I think with With your traveling lately?
Oh yeah, like that too. Like I'm
I was trying to think of
going
what
to a
was
bigger
up.
city, like, or even going to Utah, like that stuff was stuff I've never traveled before, and I went to 2 within 6 months.
Seeing Padre.
So yeah, let's talk. Like seeing my dad, I was so nervous for that. Like just so many things where I just didn't think would happen.
I would be shaking in my boots.
I was shaking. I was so scared. Like you don't even know. I was freaking out, and it was like a 6-hour drive, so it was like freaking out the whole 6 hours because the way there was so long. You had nothing to do but freak out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've just done so many things that put me out of my box.
Oh, do you have any hidden talents that nobody knows?
You know,
I can think of one for you.
When I watch America's Got Talent, I'm always like, I have nothing.
No, I have one for you. I thought about this. I was like, before I write this down, will she say nothing? I have one for you.
I don't know. I can build Lego sets really quickly.
That's not a hidden talent. That's just a nerd feature you got built in. It's just with that sizzle.
She said that's wired in. Okay, what is it?
You can hear what I write.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
You can hear my letters.
There is a video where she was writing with a Sharpie, and I could tell what she was writing.
But like you could tell what letter. You were like, I bet you I could tell. You were like,
and I was like,
C, B, H, to I. She would write every time. I was like, no way.
That blew my mind because I was like listening to you write with the Sharpie, and I'm like, I could totally tell by the stroke sounds.
To be fair, I also write really hard.
You were writing really hard, but like also when you're writing with a Sharpie, like it makes, or like an Expo marker or something, like the way it sounds when you do it, like I feel like you just get used to how it sounds, and you're like, yeah, like you know what I mean? It just sounds familiar.
For a while, I could mimic like the sounds of cartoon people.
I have one for me.
You do? Go.
I can say the alphabet backwards.
Go.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLJKIHTFEDCBA.
Yeah, I can get to ZYXVUTSRQPONM.
LJKIHTFEDCBA. Yeah.
EDC.
Is that a talent? I feel like a lot of people can't do that.
I can get halfway and then I can't do it. I tried to get my residents to learn and I was like, I don't even know, guys. Not good. Not entirely good. But I can hit some notes in singing. Like, I sing every single day.
I suck at singing.
Like, I think of the whole family, maybe I'm better.
I don't know if I hear Diego sing. Does Diego sing?
And if he does, he goes,
I don't think Diego sings. I don't really sing.
I sing all the time.
Yeah, dude, you're always... Like, you yelled at me earlier for calling you back when you called me. And you're like, I was mid-solo. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? You called me.
I did do that. I was mid-solo, bro. A high note. Oh.
Yeah, you are always singing.
I'm always singing 80% of the time if my voice is gone.
My voice is too monotone for that.
And mine's high, mine's low. Like, I can... Like, if it's like a whisper song, then you go, wah, wah, wah. And if it's a low song, you go, wah, wah, wah. You know, like genuinely, I love singing. I love it.
What makes you stand out in a crowd?
My fucking nose. My beaming personality. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
If I'm in a brown crowd, maybe then I'm a little bit whiter than everyone. If I'm in a white crowd.
I was gonna say, like, if we're in, like, a crowd of children, I'm tall.
Yeah, I don't know what type of crowd.
But if we're in a crowd of, like, literally anything, like, if I'm in a crowd of cows, like, I am the only human.
You wrote the question.
I know, but I was curious what you would say. Like, do you think you stand out in a crowd?
I'm pretty basic, man.
You ever had that feeling that people are looking at you?
Yes.
I feel like partially that, but it's like, they probably aren't. But, like, sometimes I just feel like people are staring at me.
Yes, that's a lot of, like, my... I don't want to go into a store right now is because what if I run into someone I know? Or what if I'm just being stared at the whole time? I don't like that feeling, so I
only feel that way when I walk in somewhere I've never been. Like, if I go to a Walmart, yeah, like, because I don't go there, so I'm like, I don't know where I belong in this store, even though I'm going there for something specific usually. Or if I'm trying to find somebody in some place, that's where I feel like people are staring at me. Or if I walk into a bar, people always look at me like I'm a kid drinking something, so, like, that makes me always uncomfortable, just that interaction.
Yeah, I don't like it when people point out that, like, you don't belong, or, like...
Yeah, it's like that's targeting you out. Even though I do belong, I am of age.
Yeah.
with the number of years, but like,
With the number, yeah.
you know,
He's 25 years
it's
old.
not like I just turned 21, but I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be a compliment, but like, sometimes they make it really awkward. Like, haha, yeah, I look young, but also then I've had like 3 people check me before, like 3 different employees, and I'm like, is it really that serious?
I've had that happen too. Like when I was buying spray paint for my snowboard, and this person, she was like a worker, and she's like, I need to see your ID for that, or no, your driver's license for that. And at the time, I didn't have my license, and I was like, oh, I have my state ID. And she's like, no, I need your license. And I was like, lady, I don't have a license. And she goes, why? Because you're not old enough? And I was like, no. And she goes, state ID, is this because it's a fake? And I was like, no, it's real. And she goes, I don't think that you're 18. I talked to the manager. Finally, she called over the manager 10 minutes later after me trying to convince this lady. And he said, you can't tell her she's not 18. She's an ID.
Yeah.
He's like,
your
she's
ID
like, well,
looks
what's
like
the
you.
problem? And she's like, I don't think she's of age. And he's like, her ID is right there. And she's like, it's not a license. And he's like, do you have a license? And I was like, no, I have an ID, a state ID. And he's like, what's the problem here?
They have to like trigger the pumps on in order for you to use it. The person over the loudspeaker was like, person on pump 6, you have to come inside or whatever. And they made me go inside and show them that I was 16 to drive a car. They're like, you can't drive a car. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't drive a car? And they're like, you can't pump this gas because you're not 16. I'm like, I am 16. I think I was actually 18 when they did that to me. And I was like, this is stupid. It was like the weirdest encounters. Like, it's just like, what?
And like,
so when people do that, that's what makes you feel like
who
I'm an
are
outcast.
you? Like, I don't like people like
Yeah. When people call you out. But they're in the wrong. That makes you feel outcasted.
And like, even at my work, for the residents, if I'm, like, there's happy hours, and I don't know anything about alcohol because I don't drink. So, if I'm ever trying to do stuff where it's like involves the alcohol, they're like, you're out of your comfort zone, kid. And I'm like, I'm 22. I can do this. And then anytime that they're like, oh, I can't wait for my mixed drink. And then they hear that I'm going to be the bartender. They're like, just give me a beer. I'm like, I can just tell me how to do it and I'll learn.
Yeah, like you'll never learn if somebody doesn't show you.
Yeah.
Which that bothers me about a lot of things. It's like,
and they're
people
all,
make fun of people for not knowing things by a certain age, but to a point, you can't blame them because they were never taught. Somebody didn't take the time to teach them, so you have to do that.
And I genuinely I've never had alcohol. So like
You don't make a mixed drink.
I don't know anything about Jack Daniels. I don't know anything about Hennessy. Do you think we always have supported each other?
No. Actually, maybe.
Even if I'm mad at you, I'm still like, she's doing good.
Yeah, but back then, you said always. When we were a kid.
Yes, I've always looked up to you. You probably did it for me. She said pretty quickly no. What have you supported me on?
No, actually, I feel like I haven't. I feel like I have been supportive. Because it's not really like anything where we were like, should I jump off a bridge or nah? It was more like we never really went that wild. Like, what would there be when we were a kid? Like, what do you support people on?
No, just in general.
But you said always.
Like,
I
always.
need to know if it was always. It only qualifies if it's been since birth.
Birth. Get out of here. I don't know, man. Just
Okay.
like
Can you just think of one thing as a kid?
that I did that maybe you wouldn't have supported me? No, I don't know, man. I've always supported.
Okay, I feel like we're supportive. We just don't remember why.
I've never like looked at you and been like, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, there was that one time. Remember when we maxed out my car? That was unsupportive, but yeah.
You said no so quick, and I said, LOL, JK, yeah.
No, I feel like we're supportive. I feel like you've never done something where I'm like, why would you not do that? Or why would you do that? I feel like it hasn't. But you don't, like, me and you don't do crazy stuff. What's the weirdest food combo you enjoy?
Oh, I love summer sausage with green peppers.
Ew, yeah, that is so nasty. You've done that forever, and that's disgusting. But I don't like green peppers. Sausage is okay if you put cheese and crackers with it.
I love.
Like, you be raw dogging that sausage. It's just gross.
And my green peppers. No, you gotta like put them together like a sandwich.
Yeah, she eats them at the same time.
And then you go, oh, I can just.
Like what you would do
now.
with the cheese, cracker, and sausage, like she eats it with the green pepper sandwiched with it. It's gross.
Heck yeah.
It's gross.
We'll do it again. I
I'm not a-
recommend.
I'm not an adventurous eater, so I don't know if I can answer that. Like, do I eat anything weird?
Yes.
Like what? I guess I put hot sauce on everything. I make everything spicy.
The chili cheese dip. I wouldn't even attempt.
Chili cheese dip is normal.
It looks like puke. I couldn't do
Only
it.
if you mix it. Some people don't mix it. I just like mine mixed. Most people just layer it
No.
like lasagna.
Bro, gross.
That's the normal food.
Guac.
That's also normal.
Couldn't do it.
That's also
If
normal.
it's green, I'm not eating it.
Green
like
pepper.
green, like mashed. Oh.
To be fair, I don't like avocados naked. I just like guac because it's got stuff mixed. Like, avocado alone tastes
I
so
watched
bad to
this
me.
chick eat expired M&Ms today. She's
Yeah.
talking about
I thought
picky.
they wouldn't expire, but like, they tasted expired.
Do you think that we've always been honest with each other? If not, what's your big secret?
I feel like now more so. I feel like we tell each other like the tea.
Yeah.
I feel like there was never like an intent to keep it a secret, but like now I don't know why, but I feel like lately we've just been kind of just dumping it all out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What about you? You got lies? You got
I
secrets
have one secret that I'm very scared.
on camera?
We'll cut it out.
Okay, here's her secret.
No, yeah, none.
And we're back. 4 hours later. Her secret was in depth.
But I don't think so. He offered to give it back to me.
I don't think I have any secrets.
No, I
Yeah.
have none.
And she said, I'll let it out.
Yeah, I feel better. I couldn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing real spicy in my life anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty boring aside from that one thing.
This is the one where you made me rush and I wrote, do you eat the crust on your pizza?
It was cheese crust. Otherwise, no.
Cheese crust does hit real good. So at Little Caesars they have those cheese cups. If I have a cheese cup, I'll eat the crust. Or if it's thin crust, I'll eat it because it's basically non-existent. But if it's like thick crust pizza and there's like nothing to dip in it, it's just bread, I usually won't eat it. Because I don't find it good when it's plain dough. To me, it doesn't taste good. But if you dip it in something, the only thing I would dip it in though is cheese. I don't like garlic butter or ranch or whatever other sauces people use. Just the cheese. But I usually only get cheese if you get it from Little Caesars.
Yeah.
I don't like Little Caesars stuffed crust though.
Do you like Pizza Hut stuffed crust?
It's been a while. I think so.
I like
Papa John's has good pizza.
Ew.
Their stuffed crust is good. No, it really is good.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
That was a long-winded, deep thoughts. How do you think that went?
Well,
Do you think that went good?
as we all know, her answers were dry.
What? No, they weren't.
I know.
Not all of them. A few.
No, yeah, I think it was fun. I think we had a good time. We learned some things.
Did we?
No, not really.
Okay, see you later. Good night.